Yo guys, welcome back to another video on the Keeps channel. Today in this video we are going to be going over on Davinci Resolve how to track text in any of your clips, literally any. And I've also got some extra tips at the end if you want to make it look even better, but that's like the last 4 minutes. I will put a timestamp on screen for you now though, but without further ado, let's get straight into it. Okay guys, so now we're in Davinci Resolve. You want to load up and get a clip or whatever. If you want to put a fusion composition in, which is like, so you have no clip and it's just the track, you can always go new fusion composition and go from there. So we've got our clip right here, which is just a zoom out on Fortnite, and we're going to go into fusion with this. So obviously this is what you're going to start with. You're going to start with your media in and your media out, and that's just basically showing it clip to come in and then to go out for the next clip or whatever. So you want to go to the start just in case. Okay, right there. And what we want to do is we need to somehow track where you want it to go, and obviously for me it's up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go control space and we're going to type in track, and we want to get the planner tracker, so just add that and it should automatically come in between the media in or out. And then we get this screen over here. What we need to do over here is we need to change the tracker, so we can up here put a rectangle and draw around. So what you want to do is change this tracker to hybrid point, which will be able to, so you can draw in here for your track, and nothing else there really matters. What you want to do now is make sure this thing up here is selected, otherwise your track might not work. Next you want to draw your rectangle, so I'm just going to go here and make it a bit bigger than the text that you want, just in case when the clip rolls through a little bit of extra space is needed. So that should be good. So now you've done that, set your time, and if you go to this one, which will track it from the start, and it does not work, just always go 1 frame forward and go from there. But it's working, so we're going to wait for this track to go. Okay boys, so now the track has finished and it's showing green, which is a good sign. That means this tracker has done its job well. So what we want to do now is we can get rid of this tracker by just putting that over there. And you see this create planner transform? This is what we'll need next. So on this you want to click, and over here obviously it comes up. So what you want to do now is on this you want to add your text, so just click that, and there you go, you get text and merge. We're going to put this to the side for 1 moment, and we're going to connect these merges up just to the media in and out. And then on this text we currently haven't got anything, but now we go like that. You've got your tutorial. Now you want to do is in between here you want to add this in. So let's get rid of that, make sure that goes to yellow, so we want to go like that, and then green. There we go boys. So now on our text you want to drag this up into where your planner transform was, and also this planner transform gets that information from that planner tracker, and it's going to import it up here onto your text, so your text tracks. So we're going to up the size of this a bit, and boys, you want to make sure this is at the start as well, just for ease. Okay, so now you want to just drag that up to where you're happy. Okay, it looks good there. I'm just going to change the font so it's not that doo-doo, so I'm going to go Burbank Binkindest. There we go. Maybe put the size down a little bit, but that doesn't really matter too much. So, well, let's have a look from the beginning and see what this looks like. Obviously you can see there boys, it has tracked, which is, well, amazing, isn't it? This is so simple honestly, and if you want to have a go yourself, I highly recommend this. Like if you're making a montage, it makes it look so much better. It adds that professional look to your whatever you're doing. So I'm just going to change this color real quick. Let's put a red, just, you know, for the sake of it. And you can also add gradients, which I'm going to show you now. So if that's all you need, thank you very much for watching this video. Obviously much simpler than you think. Add a planner tracker, track it, add your transform, add text, there you go. But I'm going to go into some extras now which may make it look much better for you. So let's get straight into it. Okay boys, if you're staying for this, what you want to do is you want to get this paintbrush tool right here, and it comes with a whole load of stuff. Don't get too worried. So this is probably where you're going to spend your most time. So let's go from the beginning. As you can see here, we've got different types of appearances. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click that, and it has that outline. So we can change the thickness from all the way thin to like really thin so you can't see it. I'm just going to keep it just a bit bigger than the usual. And you can adapt it to the perspective if you want. So it might get a little bit thinner throughout and all that. Line style, you can always change this to like a dot, dash dot dot or whatever. I'm going to keep this solid for it, and we can also change the colour again to black. So next thing we're going to do is softness. This sort of like softens the picture basically, as you can see there. A good way to use this, if we go from the beginning, keyframe both of these, and then we're going to drag it all the way up so it's like a blur, and then let's say, I don't know, 26 frames in, I think it is, and then we're going to drag that all the way down. So then from the beginning, this may look a little bit stuttery, but you get the idea. As you can see, it has a fade inwards, so that is pretty cool if you want that in your whatever you're using this for. So I'm going to keep that there, and you can also add glow to it throughout, but that doesn't really do much in my case. You can always change the positioning here. Priority doesn't really do much. Obviously the Z and the pivot Z do things. Obviously offset, that makes it come towards you, but I'm going to keep them the same. Rotation's also a good one. So we can rotate this. So my sort of guess to how you might use this is if you go to Y, as you can see the thing changes. So let's go from keyframe this, and we're going to drag it to 360 degrees backwards right there. And what I'm going to do is, so you actually see this through out that, is I'm going to drag it another 20 frames over, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click that, and it should auto keyframe. If it hasn't, you've made a mistake, and just go from the beginning again. So now that's all done, and from the beginning it should look something like this. It has a spin to it, and it makes it look just so much better. Also, shear is a good one. If you're on an angle, so let's say there isn't really many angles on this, but let's say I was on that angle there. On the shear, you can change the angle so it looks like it's on that perspective, and yeah, Y again, making it weird. So that's sort of what shear is for, and obviously size, you get the gist. So boys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It is actually very simple to make a track on DaVinci Resolve compared to the likes of After Effects and all them stuff. If you want to see more stuff like this, drop a comment and tell me if you like this, you know, do the good stuff. And yeah boys, I'll see you all in the next one.